Dennis Kozlowski, the charismatic former CEO of Tyco International, became synonymous with one of the most notorious corporate scandals in American history. At the peak of its operations, Tyco was a titan in the electronics and security industries, boasting significant revenues and a robust stock price. However, behind the glitzy facade was a deeply troubling narrative of greed and deception. Kozlowski's extravagant lifestyle, complete with lavish parties, private jets, and multimillion-dollar homes, seemed to reflect an insatiable appetite for wealth that would ultimately lead to his downfall. The story of Kozlowski is a cautionary tale about the darker side of corporate America, revealing how ambition can eclipse ethics and how the consequences of corporate fraud extend far beyond the boardroom. As the head of Tyco, Kozlowski was instrumental in transforming the company into a powerhouse through aggressive acquisitions and strategic restructuring. Under his leadership, Tyco's revenue soared, making it a darling of Wall Street. However, as the company's value increased, so did Kozlowski's personal gains. He engaged in a series of questionable financial practices, such as using corporate funds to cover personal expenses and taking out loans with lenient terms that benefited only him. Tyco's board of directors, initially blind to these transgressions, eventually grew increasingly concerned as they discovered signs of wrongdoing. Unbeknownst to them, Kozlowski was masterminding a complex web of financial manipulation that would ultimately culminate in a staggering corporate heist. One of the key tactics Kozlowski employed was the use of corporate funds for personal benefit, often disguising these transactions through convoluted accounting methods. For instance, he utilized nearly $240 million in company funds to finance extravagant personal purchases, including a $30 million mansion on the island of Sardinia. To justify these expenditures, Kozlowski often referred to them as necessary for business functions or company retreats, creating an air of legitimacy around his lavish lifestyle. Unfortunately, this luxurious lifestyle was being funded by dishonest practices that not only compromised the integrity of Tyco but also deceived shareholders who believed in the legitimacy of Kozlowski's leadership. The scandal reached its zenith in 2002 when a series of investigative reports and whistleblower allegations began to unravel the truth behind Kozlowski's machinations. It became revealed that Tyco had used misleading financial statements to hide its fiscal realities and bolster its stock price. This deception was especially alarming because it involved the misappropriation of hundreds of millions of dollars that were intended for corporate growth and investment. As the media began to expose the depths of the corruption within Tyco, public outcry grew. Investors who had trusted Kozlowski were now left grappling with the fallout of a stock price that plummeted by more than 80%. The ramifications of Kozlowski's actions resonated far and wide, affecting thousands of employees and stakeholders who depended on Tyco's success. In a dramatic turn of events, Kozlowski's extravagant spending began to catch the attention of law enforcement. The New York Attorney General and the SEC launched investigations into Tyco's financial practices. The evidence gathered revealed a staggering level of deceit, with Kozlowski and his chief financial officer, Mark Swartz, facing charges of grand larceny, conspiracy, and securities fraud. The prosecutions highlighted not only Kozlowski's misdeeds but also called into question a corporate culture that prioritized profit over ethical behavior. The trials that ensued attracted significant media scrutiny, with the public captivated by the sheer audacity of Kozlowski's actions and the implications they had for corporate governance in America. As the trial unfolded, Kozlowski's defense hinged on blaming the corporate culture rather than accepting personal accountability. He attempted to portray himself as a champion of business who was merely making bold decisions necessary for Tyco's growth. However, the evidence against him was overwhelming. Witnesses testified to Kozlowski's blatant disregard for fiduciary responsibility, painting a picture of a leader more concerned with personal gain than the welfare of the company or its employees. In 2005, after a lengthy and highly publicized trial, Kozlowski was convicted and sentenced to 8 to 25 years in prison, a stark reminder that corporate leaders are not above the law. The Tyco scandal prompted lawmakers and regulators to take a closer look at corporate governance practices across the United States. In response to a series of high-profile corporate fraud cases, including Tyco, Enron, and WorldCom, legislators enacted the Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002. This legislation was designed to enhance corporate transparency and accountability, introducing strict regulations regarding financial disclosures and the personal responsibility of executives. While the act sought to restore investor confidence in the wake of numerous scandals, the case of Dennis Kozlowski served as a sobering illustration of the need for more robust governance measures in order to prevent similar abuses of power in the future. Kozlowski's story is not just about a corporate heist. It encapsulates the complexities of ambition, ethics, and the moral responsibilities of leadership. His fall from grace highlights how the pursuit of personal wealth at the expense of ethical conduct can lead not only to individual ruin but also to widespread consequences that affect employees, investors, and the broader economy. As businesses continue to navigate the challenges of growth and change, the cautionary lessons from the Tyco scandal remain ever relevant, reminding us that integrity and accountability must always be paramount in the pursuit of success. As history has shown, the cost of neglecting these principles can be far more devastating than any business setback.